the Empire is the good guys in this one. The Rebellion is the bad guys.
How do you think the Rebellion is
Here comes the new boss, same as the old boss. Like,
yeah.
That would...
How do you think the Rebellion is financed?
Well, that's what's interesting because...
Where did the X-Wings come from?
If the Stormtroopers... They were
old Jedi starfighters?
But, like, if okay, so if the Empire is still a thing, if the Empire is still a thing, that's what's so interesting is that this... I think everybody had... You just kind of made a conclusion after Return of the Jedi what happened. You just assumed the Empire crumbled, and the Rebellion took over, and they spent the next 30 years having fun together.
But that doesn't make a lot of sense.
But that's I think what we all collectively...
The Empire's too big.
It's what we were all collectively led to believe, and what these people did was they said, well, no, this is what was on the board, this is what happened, what happens next? What does the Rebellion have? I mean, okay, so they're a military power, but they're not a political force. What do they really have that's going to take control over a government? You could bomb all, you could look at a militia operating in America today. You could bomb all the government installations you want. That doesn't mean that, like, you're going to fucking be president and streets and sand is still going to fucking work and all this shit's still going to operate business as usual. You know what I mean? There's
cream cheese.
There's a lot of overhead. There's a lot of, like, other things that go into it, which I think is why the Empire is still the Empire. They might be decaying. They might not be like fully functioning. It might be all fucked up and shit.
The Empire didn't lose in Return of the Jedi.
All they did was kill the Emperor.
Yeah, they just killed the Emperor.
You can assassinate the president.
Like how many people below the Emperor
were trying to clamor for power?
Are there? Yeah, there's.
I mean. Back to the trailer, though, I wasn't impressed with the shot of the Falcon. Like, I don't know, it was kind of cool. The music was
John Williams.
The mustache score kicks in, but it's
and the sound effect of the TIE fighters. That
like it didn't do much for me. But I think it's just because they fooled me 3 times. They got me in the show 3 times for the fucking prequel.
Are they that bad?
They're bad.
Yeah.
Are they that bad?
Yeah.
I mean, there's other movies that I would definitely not go see again.
Everybody should watch Red Tails instead of watching.
I watched
the
parts
of
the second 2.
If they're on, I'll put them on, and I'm usually just remarking about how Jesus Christ, how did it come to this? Like, why isn't Empire on right now?
It was a missed opportunity. He had all this money, and he had the green light to make these movies. And he just kind of fucking squandered it. He wanted to show. Shit.
He wanted to just show. It was like a reel. He wanted to show off all the cool things you can do with green screen and CGI.
Yeah, it was more of like a technical wank fest because it's like, oh, look what I'm doing, and look at this, and we're gonna shoot. Because
the stories were weak, and when people say that the original trilogy has weak stories and weak acting, I call bullshit on that. Like Mark Hamill is not a bad actor. Like people complain about Luke being so whiny, talking about Tasha. That's his character. That's his character. He was 19 years old, working on his car.
He's much weaker than Harrison Ford's character, and I think that shines.
Well, those characters are always easier to write. They're always more interesting because they're roguish. Yeah. Because they flip back and forth.
He's got good lines.
Because
he's a funny one.
He doesn't give a fuck, but he does give a fuck. And when he starts giving a fuck, it's more of a payoff of the character.
Luke gets more of his payoff in Empire.
Harrison Ford didn't play that character throughout all of his movies. And some of them he did, but not all of them. And he hates
Han Solo. He thinks Indiana Jones is a more interesting character.
He had a much better career than Mark Hamill did.
Yeah, but
that's because Harrison Ford is just a better actor and he got better parts.
And you see him as a better actor.
He never fucked his face up in a car accident. Yeah. He never made Corvette Summer either. You guys ever seen Corvette Summer?
Big red one. That was
the big red one. And he had a voice in Wizards. Mark Hamill. I think that's where he started doing his voice.
He's almost as famous for voicing the Joker in Batman the Animated Series as he was as being Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
and the Joker is just a much. I mean, we're not going to go into the Joker, but like I feel as Mark Hamill's voice is the Joker.
He was good. No, he's absolutely. Batman: Mask of the Phantasm is probably my favorite Batman.
It's a good Batman.
And Dana Delaney's in it. Yeah, I like her. But the trailer was cool, but it didn't get me real jazzed up. Because I'm cautiously optimistic about the film.
I need to segue this a little bit into the Jurassic World full trailer. Okay? Now, they were released within the same week, correct?
Yeah.
I mean,
about,
without looking on Wikipedia and figuring out when they were released.
I think,
and you get a little bit more in the Jurassic
Chris
World.
Pratt riding a fucking motorcycle.
And you got Bryce Dallas Howard.
Riding a motorcycle with his Raptor pack.
Yeah.
And you're at SeaWorld with fucking dinosaurs.
Yes, and that movie comes out next summer. I'm a little bit more optimistic for that, but I think it's gonna be bad. I say that because I remember seeing an Entertainment Weekly advertisement. You open it up, it was both pages for Jurassic Park the movie, and I was like, it was one of the first movies I remember saying I have to go see. I hated The Lost World, but then I went to see Jurassic Park 3. And I thought that was one of the best B movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, 3 was solid. 3 used a lot of stuff from the book that they did. Yeah,
with the raptor, with the pterodactyls.
Yeah, with Avery.
And I just loved it, and it was like the pacing of it was great, and they brought Sam Neill back.
Joe, who directed it? The same guy who did The Rocketeer.
And Captain America.
Yeah. Like he has a flair for B action, like fun, a fun movie.
And I feel that Jurassic World,
lean me 90 minutes. It's all you need.
It's gonna be fun, and they showed me more in it than they showed me for Star Wars.
I like the tease with the score, but I would have liked to hear the full score. But it's just a teaser trailer for Jurassic World.
I love the fact that
nobody writes music like John Williams.
It's not just forgotten. They're like, no, we're gonna make some money off this place, and they get the monorail in, and they redo it, and now they got people visiting.
And I mentioned,
well, you know what the plot is, right?
It's Godzilla, right?
No. The plot is that they've made all the money that they can make off it, and now people have seen these dinosaurs, and no one gives a shit anymore. So they start making new dinosaurs.
Oh, that's even better.
By splicing together fucking random DNA.
It's not Department of Defense shit.
No,
it's just money.
Well, it's
not the Department of Defense saying make me dinosaurs that we could drop in Afghanistan and just go crazy. That's what I'm worried about.
There was John Sayles script.
Yes. There was a script with human dinosaur hybrids that were like black ops.
I love like high concept shit like
that.
But
there's a theory that they're actually going to incorporate that into the Jurassic World, because it's like, well, okay, instead of being the T-Rex, the big monster now is going to be the D-Rex, which is I love the fact that they just make 3 more of them. And why?
People are going to go see them because
the movies are the actual dinosaurs in the movie.
The impetus for doing this, for splicing this DNA, was number 1 to drive up tourism at Jurassic Park, because everyone's already seen the raptors and the T-Rexes, and the Stegosaurus no one gives a fuck anymore. It was also because there's military applications for creating these dinosaurs.
Battlesaurs.
Yeah, exactly, for battlesaurs, and that's why Chris Pratt is with his like fucking
Raptor pack
from the Whole Foods, like what are they called, like free range, like homegrown, like fucking grass-fed velociraptors.
I love
and his fucking motorcycle.
My brother posted.
I thought they were just fleeing the same.
No. He's like Lord of the Raptors.
My brother posted.
I love it.
My brother posted a picture. He goes, "This is leaked concept art from Jurassic Park," and it was a Dino Riders ad. And I said, "Yes, like we're gonna finally get a Dino Riders movie."
Why is your brother trying to bring back Ned Stark? Does he realize, like, he's not coming back? No, that might
actually, they're going to do that at least in a flashback.
Oh, they should be in a whole season of flashbacks would be awesome.
His joke about that was because all these people complaining about Beth dying on Walking Dead, which is why I started my Bring Back Lane Price fucking page. These writers are stupid. I can write better than these writers. Bring Back Lane Price. He didn't really die.
No, Walking Dead is taking a page out of 24. No one is safe.
I love that show.
I don't watch Walking Dead.
It's still good.
It was good.
When I knew they were getting into the thing about Carl getting raped, I wasn't going to watch it because it's just too weird.
I hope they make Daryl gay. Just to drive all the women, because I want to see all these people who think they're liberals.
He's not gonna.
I want to see all these people who call themselves liberals get mad because they made their favorite hot action star homosexual.
He's not hot.
No, he's not.
They all love him though. The girls love him.
You know, the girls also like what's his name from Sons of Anarchy? Charlie Hunnam.
He's all right. I liked him in Pacific Rim. I really liked him.
I liked him in Undeclared, but I don't think he's attractive.
You had to bring that
Party Down? Party Down was pretty
Party
good
Down
too.
was funny.
It was funny in that, like, British way.
I like Lizzie Kaplan.
Yeah, I do.
2 points I wanted to make about Jurassic World. I love the fact I brought this up on the Black Wednesday one. I love the fact that they call it Jurassic World, which is a nod to Crichton. With
potentially,
I think there's a little bit of that there, which I like. And about the Star Wars trailer,
I think some intern realized that after they made the decision, and they're
the Star Wars trailer, which I kind of like about it. A lot of people complain, no Han, Luke, or Leia, which we all want to see them, sure. But what this was saying was no. This is not a nostalgia trip. This is a new series of adventures.
But no. I think that you kind of got it wrong there, because how does it end? It ends with a nostalgia trip. It ends with the John Williams score, the Falcon going up against TIE fighters on Tatooine. How is that not? That's their last
a little
punch.
touch, but you don't have to. You don't need to show me Luke Han and Leia.
No, I'm glad. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad we got to see the new kids in action. I think that was a good note to go out on.
These are your new stars. The other guys are cameos. I'm sure they're not paying.
But the Falcon is the best tip of the hat to the old two.
Yeah,
with the
too
score.
Much tip of the hat.
The
whole movie's tipping of the hat. The whole movie.
I think they're trying to get away from that.
The whole trailer is trying to merge the two.
You could kill all three of those people off in the first movie, but if you still got the Falcon around, that's cool enough.
It was just enough. It was just enough.
And then it gets all fucked up in the second one, and they need to get it fixed. Well, what do? They bring it to Lando.
They still don't get it fixed. It's falling apart in Return of the Jedi.
They better bring D. Williams back. He's ready. I
know he's fucking sitting at home. Did you see that Warwick Davis thing where he's like, oh, they're doing it in Star Wars. Yes. He's gonna wait by the phone, and then it's like 3 years later.
Oh, I love Warwick.
They'll get him in. They'll get him in a.
Oh, they gotta shoehorn him in somewhere.
They got him in the prequels. At least put him in the good ones.
How do they have him in the prequels?
He was in.
He was in Phantom Menace. He was the little Greedo. I want to say
he's in the pod race.
Yeah, he's there.
Audience.
Billy D. Williams.
No, Warwick Davis.
Oh,
which will segue into something in our next segment. Did you guys realize that there was a Leprechaun Origins?
Yes, I watched it. It's with one of the WWE wrestlers.
Should we take a break?
I think we've talked.
Let's freshen up drinks.
Let's freshen up drinks, guys. Are we excited about the new Star Wars?
Yes, definitely.
All right, we're all going to see it opening day.
I love it.
All right.
Opening day, no. Not in McClure Court either. I'll see what I see.
McClure Court ain't around no more.
You know what I mean. It's not as big of an event as it used to be.
I gotta go piss. Can you?